Get ready for healing vibrations because this Cancer full moon is going to warm your heart. In this video, I'm going to give you an overview of what this full moon is all about in a general sense, and then give a more specific rundown of what this full moon means for your sign. And at the very end, there will be some important dates to watch for this holiday season. A few big things happening with planets that you're going to want to be in the know about. Our last full moon of 2023 is happening on December 26th at 4:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So this is a very holiday full moon. This is going to be in effect on Christmas Day, on Christmas Eve. We're going to feel it for 5 days leading up to the moon and a few days after as well. You'll feel it for a couple of weeks, but really it will be strong around Christmas Day and even into New Year's. If you are Cancer, Capricorn, Aries, or Libra at about 0 to 10 degrees, you're gonna feel this full moon the most, but everybody is going to feel a bit of it. And this is just the most heartwarming moon we've had in a while. Cancer is all about home and family, and this full moon has beautiful healing rays from Jupiter. Jupiter is a planet that brings optimism, healing, perspective. It is abundant and expansive, and it is in beautiful angles, which is a really positive thing to have right now. There is also an aspect with Neptune that is bringing a bit more illusion, so you want to watch out for that. There could be a tendency towards too much optimism, towards over-inflating things, towards too much fun, too much indulgence, too much giving, too much love. But some of it might just be a bit over the top and not grounded in reality. So watch for that. If you feel like somebody's embellishing something, that is going to be the case, whether they mean to or not. That energy of wanting to embellish and wanting to overdo is running really strong. But Venus too is part of that mix, and Venus is all about pleasure. When it's in a nice aspect to Neptune, this is a wonderful time for creativity, a wonderful time for losing ourselves in the moment and just in the fantasy too. This is such a magical energy to have at Christmas time. When we were all children, there was so much fantasy and expectation and ability to dream and believe, and I think that there's going to be a feel of that in the air. There could be some deception, so just watch for that, and of course the overindulgence too. Mars and Mercury are together at this time, and that means that our words could have a little more passion and aggression and assertiveness. This isn't a holding back and reserved energy. This is letting it all out and not really caring where the chips fall. Mercury is also retrograde, so this is another energy where there's bound to be confusion. What is on our minds and what we think we're expressing is not what that other person is receiving. So be careful of that the words that we say might not land the way we expect onto other people. And that could be a real blessing or not work out so well. Regardless of the outcome of that, I do think that when we have an energy like this and words are meant to come out, we're meant to have a few slips, we're meant to maybe create some chaos and confusion in the process, because when we break through that afterwards and we try to gain clarity, we end up getting much deeper into what's actually going on. Our ability to say what's on our mind might not be so smooth. Regardless, this is a time to just express and have fun. A full moon in Cancer is about nurturing. It is nurturing ourselves. It's our inner world. It's our families. And on the other side of Cancer, we have Capricorn on the axis. And Capricorn is more about it's more Scrooge-like. It's repressed, it's stingy, it's cold, it's calculated. Cancer is warm and loving and fruitful, abundant. With a Cancer full moon, there is likely, and Saturn is the ruler of Capricorn, also having some conversations with this moon, there is likely to be a balancing act between expression of love, compassion, nurturing, and understanding, heartfelt words, and being a bit more reserved, calculated, buttoned up. Capricorn is more about an image than the heart. It's about progress more than compassion. So where can you balance those two energies right now with your family, with your friends, with what's going on in your internal world? Is progress overriding your ability to find love and creativity and nurturing for yourself, for other people? Where can we find space to create more warmth? So keep this nurturing warmth in mind. Keep, just like all of the Christmas movies this season, what really matters is family and connection, and how can we keep that at the heart of some of the boisterousness and amplification of opinions that might show up around this full moon. Now I'm going to give more detail for what this moon means for your sign, but before I do that, a huge heartfelt thank you to everybody who is watching, liking, subscribing, leaving comments. It really means so much. If you're enjoying this video, please hit that like and subscribe button and let me know how you're doing in the comments below. I love reading them and commenting. Now let's get in to more info about your sign. Libra, this is a full moon in your 10th house. That means that this is a manifestation time or completion time of some sort of status, career, the way you're seen in the world. You could expect that you are highly visible right now, especially from your family members, but really everybody. And there's something to do with your reputation that's really changing, and this could be status. So you have the North Node in your 7th house of partnerships. You could be getting engaged at this full moon for some of you. And your home life is wrapping up this big Pluto transit since 2008. So something to do with, and the sun is in your home right now with the opposition of this full moon. This is home and career and inner world and outer world, and home and how you're seen by other people, and your inner world and how that's different by how you're seen by other people. All of those topics. But with Pluto finishing up its transit here since 2008, something about home could be wrapping up in a really big way. Are you completely changing locations? Is your home life just drastically different than what it was in 2008? Have you gone through upheaval over and over and over again in your home life? And if so, that could be finally settling, which would be a really nice feeling. You have Mars and Mercury in the house, your 3rd house, which is neighbors, it's close relatives, siblings. This is communication. This is emails and communication of that kind too. So this is your mind. This is your mind that gets daily things done. So you have a lot of energy right now for your mind could be spinning. You could be getting tasks done, sending off a lot of emails, doing a lot of writing projects. If it's creative writing, take this energy to town if you can. You have a great influence to get creative on pen and paper or digitally, whatever that might be. If you're creating a website, this is also great energy for that. And the blessings are coming in your 8th house, which is other people's resources. This is deep psychological intimacy, deep psychological wounds. I see this being extremely healing for your mind and your home as a result. And I hope this is also bringing an expansion of intimacy and connection. But that is the other blessing with Jupiter in this part of your chart. So where in life are you, maybe you've been expanding in this area, but it's up until now, it's really been bringing up a lot of pain. Jupiter is a healing, optimistic, great energy planet, but when it's in your 8th house, it creates expansion in the darkness sometimes, and things you don't want to see. And I think with Pluto being in your 4th house, also ruling that energy of it's the feelings and the trauma and the pain that live deep, deep down inside of us that we don't want to look at. And it's not that they come up and we choose not to look at it. It's that we are designed to ignore it. Until situations happen that wake it up, we process it, and then we move on. So I see this being a big home cleaning for you, but in an energetic sense. When you clean up the house in the energetic way, you also reap the benefits in the practical, tangible sense of beautiful things in your home. And nobody understands beauty and balance and appreciates it more than a Libra. Just in maybe a Taurus, but not in the same way that a Libra does. And a Libra, it is, Taurus, they appreciate the sensual, tangible parts of beauty. But as a Libra, for you, you feel it. You see it in your surroundings, but you feel the energy of things that are not beautiful and balanced. And that is shifting for you at this full moon. So I think that's something that a lot of Libras are going to be looking forward to. You could also, you're one of the signs that's also potentially not seeing things clearly when it comes to your day-to-day habits. There's something, this is an energy for Libras to watch out for. If you are indulging too much over the holiday season, you might say something that you regret later, or it's going to fog up your mind in a way that's going to not be beneficial. It could irritate you or cause stress and frustration. If it does, I really do think that these things are purposeful. We're not meant to be at peace and acting completely proper all the time, even though a Libra would love to do that. But so if stuff comes up, this is your 8th house stuff. So if you get yourself into a situation or with somebody else where it's like, ugh, that's kind of like gross mental energy again, you're just bringing it to the surface to let it go. Look at it that way. But if you don't want to tap into that because you've had enough, then just be mindful that could be something that when intoxicants are going around as they do this time of year, more room for that to bring up stuff. So do what you will with that one. Libra, this looks like you're balancing out a lot of stuff and you're finally reaping some reward. The important dates to watch out for are Mercury retrograde. So that started December 13th and it runs all the way until January 2nd, 2024. So not a time for big purchases, signing important contracts. If you can wait for any important details, wait until January 2nd. And keep in mind that communication can be a bit confusing. Things are not always as they seem and bound to look a little different when Mercury goes direct again on January 2nd. December 30th is the big one that I'm looking most forward to. Jupiter goes direct, and Jupiter brings optimism, faith, hope. It is an expansive planet and expands whatever it touches. So wherever Jupiter is in your chart, you are bound to start experiencing momentum and blessings. The big date to look forward to is January 20th, when Pluto enters Aquarius. It has mostly been in Capricorn since 2008, and it will do another short visit from September 1st, 2024 until November 19th, 2024. And then for 20 years, it is going to be in Aquarius, and you are going to hear a lot more about that one. So stay tuned. I really hope that you have a wonderful holiday season, and I will see you next time.